the reason for inviting you here is to familiarize with the press, gentlemen of the press, about the existence of the office of Ombudsman in the state. This office has not existed in this state before. As you all know, it's an innovation by His Excellency, Governor of Abia State, Dr. Alex Joma Oti OFR. Many people have been asking what is the meaning of Ombudsman. Some know about it, some do not know. And to explain or to tell you the meaning of Ombudsman, we necessitate to talk about the origin of the word Ombudsman. Ombudsman can be said to be a public advocate. In some clients or jurisdictions, it can be called a public defender. But the original word Ombudsman is of Swedish origin. It started in Sweden as far back as 1809, when they introduced the use of ombudsman in their parliament as a watchdog. This thing they call ombudsman in Nigeria and some other countries can be the function of ombudsman is to receive complaints from private citizens against public servants, agencies of governments, corporate bodies and businesses, and it is the business of the ombudsman to investigate those complaints with a view to coming up with and solutions if possible. Of course, the ombudsman cannot just come up and exist. He has to be appointed by the government or parliament. It's supposed to be an independent person functioning between the people and the government for the interest of the public and of course for good governance. This is where I believe every well-meaning person must give credit to His Excellency for the establishment of this office in Abia State. Because if he doesn't have the interest of the public at heart, he could go on with his administration without the office of ombudsman, just like the previous administrations in this state have done. But in order to ensure that government activities are going well and achieving the purpose of the governor, that is, the purpose of the governor is to ensure that government policies are making the correct impact or right impact on the people of this state. That is the necessity for establishing this office of ombudsman. He established this office and appointed me to it on the 19th of September. A lot of people have been making inquiries. Some are eager to make, some are still anxious to know what the ombudsman is and what the functions are and where to locate the office. Currently, the office is based in the government here, the government house here. Like I have explained, the functions of the ombudsman, I have explained it. If you have any complaints, for instance, it's not just waking up and come up with complaint because you've had the ombudsman and received any complaint. You see, in governance, highly placed public officials can trample on the rights of vulnerable citizens who cannot even afford the wherewithal to redress the violation of their rights in courts. The advantage for them is provided they are sure of what they are reporting, because the ombudsman will not just discreet and diligent investigation. It will be of the ombudsman to ensure that such violation of somebody's rights or suppression of somebody's rights or even acquisition of somebody's properties can be redressed by recommending to the governor what they found from the investigation and appropriate actions to be taken without necessarily flexing models in courts and wasting a lot of time. So if at least just a little of what the ombudsman stands for, if these things can be done, then lower members of the society definitely will benefit from it and they'll be happy for it. So in essence, that is the function of the ombudsman. And the essence is to ensure that you have avenue to report any misdeeds. The public will have avenue to report any misdeeds or any violation of their rights or abuse of power or office by government officials. So I think credit must be given to the governor who felt that he cannot just be running a government like that, who realized that in governance, highly placed public officials can trample on the rights of ordinary citizens and walk away. I believe he doesn't want this, and this is why it is not me that reminded the governor that the office of ombudsman should be established. I didn't know, or just called to it. So for the governor to have slept, thought over this type of thing, and come up with establishing the office is something laudable and for which he should be commended. By the grace of God, by the grace of God, when we properly take off, myself, I'm promising you that that objective, that purpose for which this office of the office of the Ombudsman is being created must be fully satisfied. I am I'm not here to praise myself, but I have served as a judge of the High Court, which his function is not far from that of Ombudsman. I did not just serve, I served for 18 good years in this High Court, and I didn't have any blemish. It is not now that I'm going to learn a different way of dancing or singing. I believe I will even do better than I did when I was serving as a judge of the High Court. So that is my promise to the public.
We understand how sensitive this assignment is. We also understand that members of the public who want to have, unrestricted access to wherever the ombudsman will be sitting. So measures have been put in place to ensure that a better place is secured, because we know some persons who are not feel comfortable coming to government house, and we don't want to have a situation where security agents will be stopping people, asking, begin to ask you who you're looking for. So we're looking at the Agui Ronsi Conference Center. Of course, His Lordship and I have gone there, before, there was
Before
a
now.
hitch, and the place is being renovated. So in the next few days, I discussed with the Chief of Staff yesterday. That is actually where he will be operating from, because that place is more convenient and comfortable for the job he wants to do, and makes it more accessible for members of the public.